Wow, look at this building.
See this architecture?
It's amazing.
This is like nothing I've ever seen before.
The buildings in
Marble.
Jerusalem were awesome, but Nebuchadnezzar has architects that have rivaled even the glory of the temple.
You
Look at
see
that
all the
chandelier.
gold?
Yeah.
This place is covered with gold.
Of course,
Yeah,
some of
it's
it may have
amazing.
come from
Our temple.
our temple.
Yeah.
Bronze.
Look at all of our
Chandeliers
friends spread out through the room.
lights.
Yeah. Here's
There's-
Judah,
Yeah, Simeon and
Levi, who's
yeah.
There's Gad over there.
And look at those Babylonian servers. They're out there delivering all of this food. And how many Jewish boys do you think are in this room?
I
quite
don't
a
know.
few
It's
of 'em.
probably most.
Like
Hundreds.
Like
they
100?
brought a lot of us over.
Yeah.
Yes, Nebuchadnezzar is planning to make us trained in the ideas of Babylon and send us out into his empire to rule.
Yeah, I had the scholarship to go to University of Babylon. It's kind of neat, right?
I'll bet he's planning to send us.
Yeah.
Well, it's important to keep in mind we need to purpose in our hearts to please God.
Yes, Daniel, you're right. We want to remain distinct to the God of Israel.
That's right. Even if everybody else doesn't stand, we have to stand.
Exactly. And that trip across the desert was terrible, but look how they're treating us now. I mean, we're being treated like we're sons of the king.
Yeah, they're serving us, but the only problem is it looks like what they're serving, they're bringing is unclean.
I don't know if it
Yeah.
But look at our friends. Our friends are eating it.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal.
They're acting like they were never taught different. But look, they've left some of it here for us. That doesn't look like clean meat to me.
You know, probably sacrificed to idols.
Yeah. We're told in the law of Moses not to eat these things.
Well, should we go along and eat it like everybody else is?
No.
no.
We all
can't.
agree?
No.
Well, what if we get in trouble, though?
Yeah, it's better to get in trouble with men and not get in trouble with God.
I agree.
But our city has been conquered by a power that thinks it's stronger than our God, and we're guests here, and we could get in. Well, we could lose our lives for insulting the king.
Our God will deliver us. And
Yes.
if not, we must still serve him.
He's the same God who parted the Red Sea. He can
Yes,
perform it.
Michelle, I know you're right, and Azariah, I concur with you. Daniel, what is your advice?
I think we should purpose in our hearts to be faithful. God is the one who brought us here, and He will be the one to bring us out.
You know, I noticed that you were talking with Ashpenaz earlier.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to go on behalf of the four of us and speak with him?
Sure. Yes, I'm willing. I can go.
And should we ask him if we could eat the pulse, the vegetables, and the grains that we're used to eating from the land of Israel?
This
Yes.
fresh water.
Yes, I noticed.
They're drinking wine, but we don't want none of that.
No, I think you're right, Azariah. We can't drink
This
that
is-
wine
this is what
because,
we
Yeah,
need
we
here.
cannot drink the wine.
well, we're going to witness for God here. And if we become addicted or cloud our minds,
Yeah.
then how will our witness be?
And Hananiah had a good idea. I think we should ask if we can only eat pulse and water.
For how long?
I would say for about 10 days.
And he can test us and
He
see.
can
Right.
test
Yeah.
us, yes.
Let's have him
And-
prove us.
And
Yeah.
at the end of those 10 days, if God has not honored our decision, then we'll have to decide how to be faithful after that. But we should be praying during those 10 days that
Yes.
our vigor will come back.
Yeah, that is so true. And then if he allows us, we can eat the pulse and the vegetables, the fruits for the rest of our stay here.
I
Yes,
like that idea.
you know,
That's good.
when we talk about pulse, not everyone will understand what that is. We might have to educate Ashpenaz. How would you
Yes.
explain that, Michelle? What would you tell Ashpenaz when you talk about pulse?
Grains, nuts, fruits, and vegetables, and water to drink.
I'll bet you, though, that it's going to be hard for him because the king may have chosen this food for us.
Probably
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
Thinking it's the best thing for us.
We need to pray that Ashpenaz will find favor for us and allow us to honor our God by our dietary choices.
But Solomon says the heart of the king is in God's hand. He will turn it whithersoever he goes. So if we pray,
Yes.
Ashpenaz and the king's heart will be moved.
Amen.
Good idea.
God is for
And
us.
Good idea.
I can remember also the stories of Samuel and Eli, where God said, "Those that honor me, I will honor."
Yes.
So we may have to take the risk of being misunderstood,
I agree.
but God will honor us.
He says we are to remain separate and distinct from all other nations.
And may we show the glory of our God.
Yes, we must. Now is the time.
I think Ashpenaz is coming. Daniel,
Yes, here
we'll
he
be
comes.
praying for you as you talk to him.
Thank you. Hi, guys. So the story you just saw was about Daniel and his three friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Now we know that these names were later changed, but their original meaning in the Hebrew were very beautiful and special, and they represented about who they were during that time. Daniel's name meant, God is my judge. Hananiah's name meant, God has shown favor. Mishael meant, who is like God? And Azariah meant, God has helped. So each of these Hebrew names were to symbolize what God would do for them and how they would stand up for what's right. We know that later on in the book their names changed. Daniel became Belteshazzar, and his three friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and that's normally how we remember them. But in fact, these were Babylonian names that were given to them. Why were they given to them? You know, they were trying to change them. They thought, if we can take them out of their home, if we can change their food, their diet, if we can change how they think, do the education, even their names, if we can change who they think they are, then they'll worship our gods. But no, we see that in the story, even though everything around them was stripped from them and their own identities were taken, they remained faithful to God. They knew who they were. You know, there are a lot of things and influences in this world that try to shape us and tell us who we should be. But we know better. We know that to follow God is the right thing to do, and that we're to be like Christ in all that we say and do. So let's be like Daniel and his three friends, who didn't choose to conform, but chose to stand up for what is right.